Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? And happy Thanksgiving. It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. And this is a special Thanksgiving edition of the State of the Saints podcast. The Saints have a Thanksgiving game, and they will be taking on the Buffalo Bills inside the Caesars Superdome under the bright lights in prime time. They're also going to be honoring quarterback Drew Brees. This is going to be a tough game for the New Orleans Saints. I think we in the Who Dat Nation already knew this. This would be a tough game, even if the Saints had all hands on deck. We know about the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills, they got all the way to the AFC Championship game last year. Their head coach, Sean McDermott, has done a really good job. A lot of us are familiar with Sean McDermott when he was the defensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers, and he had their defense really, really good on their way to the Super Bowl back in, I want to say, 2015. But anyway, the New Orleans Saints, this is going to be a tall task for them. Buffalo has one of the best defenses in football. They're ranked number 2. They have a plus 90-point differential. They're a very stingy defense. They're tough. They're rugged. And, the Saints are going to have to really limit the mistakes if they're going to keep this game competitive. One thing about the Buffalo Bills they can do well is stretch the field. Quarterback Josh Allen has a cannon for an arm, and he has some guys that can make some plays. Stephon Diggs, who has over 150 catches over his first 20 games with the Buffalo Bills, which is an NFL record. Emmanuel Sanders is out there, which we're familiar with him when he played for the New Orleans Saints last year. And they have so many other weapons that they have, man. They have Singletary. They have all these different guys who can catch the ball out of the backfield and also run in between the tackles. So the Buffalo Bills offensively are just as formidable as their defense is. What are the keys to victory for the New Orleans Saints? Well, the Saints are already behind the 8 ball, right? I'm pretty sure you've seen the injury report. You have Mark Ingram. He was dealing with a knee injury. He's questionable for the game. We know Alvin Kamara, Ryan Ramczyk is not going to be playing in this game. We've seen Landon Young, who played pretty decent in the game last week versus the Philadelphia Eagles. He's out for the season. Adam Troutman, MCL, out 4 to 6 weeks. So that's basically being out for the season. The Saints have all of these victories that they have to try to find a way to still be formidable down the stretch. What do the Saints need to do? Well, they need to rely on some of these players. First off, they have to work within each other, right? They got to lean on each other, and they got to make sure that they're out there making the plays when their number is called. You can't be dropping passes. You can't be, having these type of penalties like you would happen in these previous games. You have to play disciplined football, and you have to start fast. You can't be relying on fourth quarter heroics to try to make the score look formidable in the end. The New Orleans Saints have yet to have an opening drive that leads to a touchdown all season long, and they have been staggering down the stretch. It's been several games in which they have not even scored a point in the first half. That is unbelievable, especially in a Sean Payton's offense. I mean, I don't care who the quarterback is, and I don't care who the guys are. You would think they would have guys out there that can put up some points. So they're going to have to start fast, and they have to be able to sustain drives. If you're not going to score, if you're not going to get any points out the deal, at least go driving down the field so that your defense can rest up, because you keep on getting these 3 and outs over and over and over again. I don't care how good your defense is. They are going to run out of gas. And this has been something that the Saints have been dealing with over the last couple of weeks. The offense can't sustain drives, and the defense just hurried back out there before they can get Gatorade in their system. So the offense has to be able to sustain drives and keep these drives going in order to keep the defense on the sidelines. The defense also has something to prove, because last week you have a lot of injuries, but it wasn't on the defensive side of the football. I want to say, for the exception of C.J. Gardner-Johnson, that was like the only guy that was missing, from that rotation. The Saints defense played absolutely trash last week against the Philadelphia Eagles. And I understand that the Philadelphia Eagles, with the RPO game, with the run pass option with Jalen Hurts, it really confused the New Orleans Saints defensive line. But they have to be able to get some pressure on Josh Allen. Okay, Josh Allen can run, but he's not running like Jalen Hurts. You got to be able to get him off his spot. You can't give this guy all day because he will pick you apart. They gave Jalen Hurts all day, but Jalen Hurts at this stage of his career isn't really picking anybody apart with his arm. He's moving around with his legs, and he's counting on his legs and people to respect him, leaving a pocket for it to set up the pass. But with Josh Allen, you give him the type of time that they gave Jalen Hurts on last Sunday, guess what? I mean, it is going to be, he's going to pick him apart, man. It's going to be, no pun intended, a turkey shoot. I mean, he's going to be out there systematically dissecting that defense. So they have to be able to get pressure on Josh Allen. Also, the linebackers, man. The linebackers have to be able to they got to be able to support in the run game as well as in the passing game. All right, we need more out of these linebackers. We need them to be flying around. We need a little bit more production from Demario Davis. His tackling has been kind of down as of late. I mean, a couple weeks ago he was getting 10 and 12 tackles per game. So don't know really what's going on with that. But we definitely need Demario Davis playing at a high level. Quan Alexander, he's starting to get better. I think he's starting to get a little bit more healthier as the weeks go by. And Pete Warner, I wish that they would actually have him in a game a little bit more, have him, different, assignments for him because he's a really good linebacker and he has a lot of promise. As far as the secondary, these guys are going to have to step up. This is a huge task for Marshawn Lattimore, who I feel like most likely is going to be guarding Stephon Diggs. And Paulson Adebo, the young guy, you got a seasoned veteran in Emmanuel Sanders on you who knows the tricks of the trade and is fundamentally sound when it comes to the route running. And we know this firsthand because he really did a good job for the New Orleans Saints last year. So they're going to have to really step it up, and they're really going to have to be able to be physical with these wide receivers and making sure that these guys who are fundamentally sound with the route running don't really just, become an integral part of the game. I just think that it's going to be a tough game for the New Orleans Saints. Me personally, I don't think the Saints are going to win this football game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Saints are going to have a lot of emotion because Drew Brees coming back to the Superdome and him being honored. I think that they're going to want to play tough in front of the home crowd. The only good thing the Saints have on their side, to me, is the fact that they have a really good record during holidays. Like when they play on Christmas, when they play on Thanksgiving, they play really well. They're undefeated. Sean Payton is undefeated on Thanksgiving, and he's undefeated on Christmas. So that's the one good thing that you have going for you, and you're in the confines of the Superdome. So I expect the fans to be loud and crazy to try to push the team forward, but I don't see them winning this game against the Buffalo Bills. I just think that the Saints are just, the injury bug is really messing with this team. They're really causing this team to really have to overcome levels of adversity. Once again, this would have been a hard game if the Saints would have had Jameis Winston and Michael Thomas out there and Alvin Kamara. It still would have been a tough game for these guys. So I expect for this to be a tough game for the Saints. I got the Buffalo Bills winning this game. I'm not too sure about a score, but I'm pretty sure to me it's going to be at least 10 points. Okay, I got the Buffalo Bills by 10. But I do want to mention Drew Brees. Drew Brees will be honored in the Superdome tonight on Thanksgiving. For those that are watching this on Thanksgiving, Drew Brees is going to be honored. Drew Brees, the last time he played in the Superdome, they only had like a handful of fans inside the stands because we all were dealing with COVID-19 and COVID-19 protocol and couldn't have all the fans in the stands for him. So when he waved goodbye, there was only a few fans that were actually there to see it live. So Drew Brees getting his opportunity to really say his goodbye formally in front of the Superdome crowd and get that roar of the crowd that he deserves. We all know what Drew Brees means to the city of New Orleans, to the Saints organization, to any Saints fan around the country, around the world. This guy legitimized the franchise and made a franchise that people laughed at and made fun of, and people wore bags on their head because they were so embarrassed about being seen at a game. He turned all of that around, and with the help of Sean Payton, they turned this team into an incredible franchise, a franchise that we expect winning on a consistent basis, a franchise that we expect playoff appearances on a consistent basis, division titles, being a Super Bowl contender. Because of Drew Brees and what he brought to the New Orleans Saints organization, we are proud to say who that, and I am glad that he's going to get this opportunity to be able to say his goodbye and wave to the crowd the way that number 9 should have went out, last year. But congratulations to Drew Brees on an incredible career. And I know the Who Dat Nation is going to be excited to see him get honored inside of the Caesars Superdome. But I would love to hear from you. What do you think about the Saints game versus the Buffalo Bills? Do you have the Saints winning a game? Do you have the Buffalo Bills winning a game? Comment down below, like and share this video. This has been the State of the Saints podcast, brought to you by DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com is the official sponsor of the State of the Saints podcast. And it says, this Thanksgiving, be thankful for family, food, and free bets. That's right. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, has a Turkey Day no-brainer you can't miss. New customers can bet just $1 on any Thanksgiving NFL game and win $100 in free bets if either team scores a point. Now, if Sportsbook isn't available in your state, yet you can still get in on the Thanksgiving NFL action. Make your first deposit and you can play free for millions with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Football Contest. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. All you have to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the promo code TPPN. That's TPPN, and you will deposit that dollar. And if any team scores, you'll get $100 in free bets. So I want to thank the fine folks at DraftKings, being a sponsor of the State of the Saints podcast, and also Manscaped.com. If you use the promo code State of Saints, you will save 20% off of your purchase. Till next time, all I got to say is